Hey guys, today we're going to go over how to succeed in the oversaturated sync licensing market. I'm here to provide you with 6 tips that will make you more successful in the sync licensing business. I think it's no secret that so many people are trying to venture into the world of sync now. Ever since COVID and everything, everybody wants to get their music on TV. And why shouldn't they? It's a great field. It's fun to do. You can make some money with your music on TV. It's exciting to get your music out there. So, here's some tips on how to break through the noise. Tip number 1, write and record niche styles of music. Everyone out there is going to do, happy ukulele, corporate music, and pop and whatnot. How can you differentiate yourself from them? Maybe try some video game music, flamenco guitar. You try ragtime, African music, stuff that you don't hear every day. You might not get as frequent of placements with these styles, but you will be like the go-to person for flamenco guitar if you're the only one out there doing it. These styles are going to have a long shelf life. And think outside the box with these styles. Get creative. Tip number 2, use real instruments. Everybody out there is going to have their fake drums and all these samples that they bought, string libraries. If you use real instruments, it comes across better. The more real instruments you have, the better. Of course, we don't all have access to everything, so supplement with fake instruments, but real instruments I think are more genuine and it'll come across that way when it's played. And there's mistakes with them too. I think mistakes are a good thing. Like if you get string noise on guitar or a violin or something, you might think like it sounds weird, but it makes it sound real because it is real. Tip number 3, always be improving your quality, mixing, mastering. Learn new tricks. Don't just assume that you know how to mix and master. You don't know every trick in the book. You have to keep learning. There's cheat sheets you can download. There's videos on how to mix certain instruments. Watch them, learn them. Try your own new tricks. Try different compression levels. You might find some cool sounds. The more tools you have, the better. It's always good to keep learning. Tip number 4, work with some young libraries. Work with some newer libraries that are coming out as opposed to these libraries that have been around for 20, 30, 40 years. The young libraries are going to be hungry. They're going to do a lot of legwork trying to secure placements. So try working with them. And getting into a library early is a great way to establish a relationship. They'll remember probably the first 10 composers that they signed. Are they going to remember composers 200 through 210? Not as likely. You want to get in, you want to know them on a first name basis. This is a good thing for your career. Tip number 5 is a big one. Spend more time recording and writing and not so much time looking up videos like this and hearing about other people's opinions. Just do the work. There's no shortcut. You have to start doing it. No matter what they say, they're not going to get you a placement. You have to actually record, write the music, send it out, and then the placements will come. So many people just spend so much time on forums and watching videos on how to do it. Just do it. And tip number 6, this is a really good one too. Collaborate with other musicians. Maybe you play guitar, but you can't sing too well. Find a singer to work with. Say you're a drummer and you don't play guitar. You could find a guitar player. You guys could work together. It's good to bounce ideas off somebody else. They're going to come up with stuff that you wouldn't come up with. You can use each other as springboards. You might say, I'm a singer. I don't know how to produce my music. Find a producer who's good at electronic music. Work with them. I am a guitar player myself. I sing too, and I play a couple other instruments like bass, but I'm not the best at recording electronic music, so I have a couple electronic producers that I work with. It's great. They're good at what they do. I don't have to learn how to create that kind of music. I just work with them. I do what I'm best at. They do what they're best at. And typically, my collaboration tracks have gotten a good amount of placements. Probably more than a solo album that I would do, because the collaboration is just, you can feel the vibe that there was creative minds creating this music. So that's your 6 tips on how to succeed in an oversaturated licensing market. Guess what? There are thousands of music libraries out there, and most of them appear that they're succeeding. Not all of them, but a lot of them are getting a decent amount of work. There's a lot of work to go around. It's not impossible to break through this business. Just because a lot of other people are doing it doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of demand still. Make sure your music is always high quality. A lot of people who are doing this, they don't know that their mixing skills don't sound that good. They're going to be brushed away right when they send something to somebody. You need high quality music. If you have high quality stuff and good writing skills and your stuff just generally sounds good, you will get placements. Trust me. It's as simple as that. Good music will get placed. Music that doesn't sound good or isn't well written is not going to get placed. Think of this too. With so many music libraries out there, think of how many beer brands there are if you go in the store. Hundreds, depends where you are, but thousands, tens of thousands. It's the same with music libraries. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them are just doing well, though. Just because there's a lot of them, it doesn't mean that they're not doing well. There's a lot of thirsty people out there. There's a lot of thirsty composers, musicians. Don't be discouraged by the amount of composers out there. If you believe your stuff is good, and it really is good, and it's well written and recorded, you'll succeed in this business.